Labour Party this, Labour Party that, then you ask yourself, where was the Labour Party before 2023? Where was the Labour Party? A lot of Nigerians never even knew there was a party called Labour Party. We only heard of Labour, organized Labour.
Yeah.
That was what Nigerians knew. And then Obi came and gave Labour a face. And then today, Labour feels that they are strong enough, they are big enough, they are good enough to stand on their own, and then bite the finger that fed them. I mean, congratulations to them. You see, the truth is, I wish the Labour and any other political party that Obi would go to join will understand the personality of Peter Obi. You see, Peter Obi has become an ideology. It has become a religion for a lot of people. There are religions that will tell you that once you put on their uniform, you do not need to wear slippers anymore. There are religions that will tell you that for you to preach on their altar, you need to wear suit, even though it is not biblical. But then, mentally, people begin to fit themselves into that practice. Obi has become a religion for a lot of people. And that is why today, a lot of people who support Obi are not a political party member. They do not belong to Labour, they do not belong to ADC, they do not belong to PDP, they do not belong to any political party. If you ask them, they will tell you that they are obedient. That means, as far as they are concerned, anywhere Obi goes to, we are going there with them. Even though I would not want to think that politics should be run in such a manner where you deliberately grab power by all means, but the Labour Party should understand that they became Labour Party
as a result of Obi,
the effort and personality of a man called Peter Obi.
Talking about the Obi factor, INEC just started an online registration, and before you know it, Obi just sometimes people say it's coincidental, but Obi just said, please go online and register. Boom! In some hours, we had about 69,000 new registration people coming on board. Talking about the influence of Obi, do you think is real?
Obi is an enigma in this present dispensation. You can't but talk about him whichever way. You can't but talk about Nigerian politics today without mentioning his name. He has a way of galvanizing people, and people have believed in him. And these are people that are not paid to do what they're doing. Look at his birthday. People were organizing all sorts of things on his behalf without him contributing one kobo. So for him to have asked me to go and register, and the movement was amazing. Let me talk small on Labour Party. That is the problem I have with our politics. Those are hem of our politics. Yes, Labour Party interim government, they could have said what they said without bringing Aburo into it. You say what they said. They said Aburo in conjunction with APC made sure that Labour Party candidates were not on the ballot. Yes, the court has made a definite statement that Aburo time has, have said Aburo time has gone, you are no longer recognized. I think what they should have done is to embrace peace, not making inflammatory statements. Now, why they are associating Aburo with INEC not recognizing them, their candidates, which could be what it is, but it has happened in the past. They should look how to reconcile and move this party forward. You have a market that sells. You have a candidate that's been embraced by all. Yeah. It shouldn't be running exclusive government. It should be inclusive government. It should get everybody on board. Or as better say, keep quiet on him. He don't try to offend some group. Yes, INEC has said he's no longer there. Move forward. Forget him. Don't drag him to the equation. A lot have been said about him. Then Abia State government, I understand his take on this, where he was like, finally, this nonsense has come to end. Yes, as a content, there is no need to drag this man into it. We all know the part he has played. Stop making him relevant. That is my own. Stop talking about him. Talk about your candidates. Talk about your program. Try to organize your neck meeting. Have a next meeting, a convention. Have elected leaders in place. INEC disqualified candidate of Labour. Basically because they said they don't have a recognized chairman and secretary that could submit their name. The porter, they don't have anybody that can access the porter. Now,
but the porter still has the person of Abure.
Yes, that is when Abure went to court to show how stupid this country is, how foolish we are as a country. You know, I've been issue that Abure time has expired. He kept quiet until he went to court. When Abure went to court, and I kept to court, I told the court that Abure time has expired. They do no longer recognize him. So, if you're aware of this, why don't you act earlier so that this party could move forward?
Okay, if I would like to also add to your question when you said the surge, over 16,000 persons going to register.
69,000
persons.
In hours.
You see, when I hear people saying the 2027 election is going to be, you know, packed full with voter apathy, I am very worried. I'm worried because I think that a lot of people do not understand Nigeria and how Nigerians behave. I'm surprised that people are still saying that, oh, come 2027, they will still rig election, they will still buy votes, they will still do this. And people think that pattern with which by-election? This one that happened. Okay, so I will tell you. You see, Nigerians are not... Nigerians know where our problem is. They know that the problem of this country is the head. That is the target of the people. They know that once we get a leader who is ready to lead right, even if you are an evil person, you will fall in place. We always give this example here. When President Muhammadu Buhari came in 2015, his first 3, 4, 5 months, we saw what was happening. From the PAMSECs to ministers, to people, DGs, to EDs, everybody sat upright.
Even police on the road.
Do you understand? Everybody behaves themselves. So Nigerians are not concerned about this by-election. They are waiting for what will happen in 2027. And believe me, people have not started registering yet. People have not started registering. When the time comes, they will be surprised. INEC should be ready because I believe and I know that their portal will shut down many times. I'm not a prophet of doom. But with what is happening in Nigeria today, INEC portal will shut down, they will reactivate, it will shut down. Nigerians will register and they will experience the kind of voting they never experienced before.
But that's what they want.
If you remember, from 1999, if you look at the vote, during Obasanjo time, the one with about 20-something million jumped to 18 million, then came to the Yar'Adua's time, you know, came to about 14 million.
Keep dropping.
He kept dropping to the last election that was won with about 8-point-something million, right? Or thereabouts. Mark my word, in the 2027 election, the person that will win this election will win with more than 18 million votes. Will win with more than 18 million votes. Nigerians will come out. You see, this election is like last fight. You know those days when we were small, when after they go for last fight, you know, say this one, boys go die. That is how Nigerians will come out. They will come out and give their all to this election because they know that if they make a single mistake in 2027, if they make a single mistake in 2027, they will never live to tell you.
I like your optimism.
Okay.
I like his optimism.
That's prophetic words and all
Can
that.
I say one more thing?
No, we have to move on because we don't have too much of time. Now, we can see a change of guard, so to speak, in Kaduna State. the governor of Kaduna State is Obasani is really doing a lot. He overwhelmingly swept all the by-elections in Chukun, Kajure, and all of them in Kaduna State. And he had a big Thanksgiving rally where he invited everybody and he told the people, this victory is for you. It's all about you. We know that he has been doing a lot in the whole of Kaduna. I think one of the things that is working for him now is that he's doing everything in the whole of Kaduna, not just Kaduna North. He's extending, for example, Kaduna South now has a university. Kaduna South now has a medical center. You see, he gave cars to the pro-chancellor, the VC. I mean, he's giving a lot of recognition to Kaduna South, an all-inclusive government. That's what we did not see during the time of El-Rufai. Peter, do you think the days of El-Rufai are numbered in Kaduna politics?
In Kaduna politics, El-Rufai days numbered? I don't think so. El-Rufai is a grassroots politician. I might not agree with everything he has done. I might not agree with his person in totality. But I want to look at El-Rufai as an officer, as somebody that worked in FCT as minister, as somebody that worked in BBP. That person was efficient. That person delivered on promise. That person, we can still look back and see his footprints in these places I've spoken about. See, Sani could do everything he has done now because he's at peace with federal government. Let me give you an example. What do you think is happening in Kano? Do you think that man in Kano would have done better? See, when a federal government is against the power that be in the state, what do they do?
No, I don't agree.
Support.
No, I don't agree with you. Hold on. No, I have to. Because the what you are putting forward is not true.
Can you let me finish?
No, hold on. El-Rufai was in tangent with the Buhari government. They didn't have any confrontation. No, not anything whatsoever. So that what you said now.
Can you allow me finish?
But what you said, no, I just wanted to let you know what you said now. Go ahead.
You just interjected.
No, you can go ahead. No, of course I have the right to interject.
You just broke the flow now. Okay, no, let me go back.
Yes.
See, let's see what's happening in Kano. For instance, the power that be, they want to sit NPP in Kano. What do? They began to fund members of National Assembly from that state. Now they have more constituent projects to show to belittle the government power. The governor removed an emir, which is under his prerogative. What the federal government do? They are backing the emir the governor removed. That, as I'm talking to you now, you have two emirate councils in Kano. One backed by federal government, 100%. The other one had little security cover. While the one that's not recognized by the governor have the 100% backing of Nigerian military apparatus. So coming to Kaduna, they've seen these two people, El-Rufai and Obasani. Now, El-Rufai has broken away from APC. The only way they could break him down is to support Obasani 100%. Obasani has come and said publicly that everything he has required from this government,
he has got it.
Nothing has asked has not been given to him. So what they are doing, I'm not going to believe, as I said before, I might not believe in everything who El-Rufai is. I don't live in Kaduna. I heard things he said he did to Southern Kaduna. But how do you treat your political enemy? It's to support the other side. Instead of delivering from what you've said, he is. I'm not going to hear and condemn him. So he is delivering based on what I've heard from you and other feelers we are getting. But this victory parade, to me, I think it's early. If that person begin to do victory parade because of winning how many elections, how many National Assembly election, if all of us begin to throw parties and throw government money at these things, To me, I think he's misplacement of priority.
Okay, all right, Ghana, let me allow you to speak on it. You see, it's not to try and negate what you're saying. Most of the time, we try to put the facts where they belong.
Yes.
Now, if the federal government supports you, most of the time it depends on how effective the person is. For example, we had an El-Rufai in Kaduna, and at the center we had what do you call Buhari? Do you understand? They were never at par. Do you understand? That's number one. Number two, we had a Ganduji in Kano, and we had a what's it called? A Buhari that were all APC. We didn't see them magnificently turn around the states. Now, the politics of inclusion that Sani Basani is having, I think it has gone a long way. You know, McAfee had something like that in Kaduna. In fact, I think they used to call him John. I mean, McAfee embraced everybody. Do you understand? One of the things that maybe the El-Rufai did not do, we continually had a lot of kidnapping, terrorist act in Kaduna. If you during the time of El-Rufai, these are known facts.
You see, let me help you. Anybody can be kicked out. And I believe that even though El-Rufai will still be an El-Rufai,
Yes.
that you cannot take away from him. But I believe that at his quiet moments, he would sit down and regret some of his actions in Kaduna State.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes we must call a spade a spade. You know, we speak because we are Nigerians first. El-Rufai, while in Kaduna State, did some things that a lot of people were not happy with him. Some people would say he performed, but if you looked at his time during when he was governor of Kaduna State, it is crystal clear that his concentration was just around the Kaduna North. Crystal clear. No, we can't take it away. Crystal clear. Evidently clear. And you see, this brings me back to people had begun to understand that it is not about the party. It's about who is working that we are seeing. Who is working that we are seeing. And henceforth, that will play a long role. It will go a long way to define the Nigerian politics. Ubasani has been all-inclusive in Kaduna State. Much more than El-Rufai. El-Rufai may have done fantastically well more than him, but governance is not about concentration on a particular region. It's an all-inclusive activity.
Like an OT in Aba.
In Aba. You must touch everywhere. It goes beyond these are my people. No, everyone in the state
Is your people.
is your people. For example, imagine you are in a car, and then as a driver of the car, you will tell your brother to sit behind you because you know that if accident is coming, you put this side of the car so that side gets the crash first. Are you forgetting that you can also not be able to determine the impact
of the accident?
Do you understand? Governance is all inclusive, and Ubasani is doing that. But again, I agree with you if you say it may be just too early, because it's politics. Anything can happen tomorrow. The APC at the top may request him to do certain things that are against his belief, his principle, and his ideology. And then he will have a fallout again with the APC. Then they begin to trouble him. Then he stops delivering. Then again he faces problem with his people. So I mean, people should also learn. It is good for you to do publicity. It's good for you to tell the people what you're doing. But celebrating at this time, showing Thanksgiving and, you know, all the appraisal, and I just feel that it is too early. What Ubasani is doing in Kaduna State is applauded by a lot of Kaduna indigenes,
And those that are looking from outside.
And those who are watching from outside, because like you said, most of our analysis here is not that we went there to see. It's what we see, feedback from the people, what we see, you know, from what is happening in the global space, which is the internet, that we are using to judge people. And as at today, Obasani has done well in his, you know, all-inclusive governance in Kaduna State, which I believe that if El-Rufai sits back, he will be regretting. However, you cannot take away El-Rufai's impact at the national level and even in Kaduna State.
And in the political space.
Across the country.
But don't also forget, just want to for you to keep this in mind, he said 2 years, like Obi said, was enough for Yar'Adua to make an impact.
Of course.
4 years is enough for him
Obi
to make an impact.
Yes.
So if Sani Uba in midterm elections is saying that we've done well, the state has turned around, everybody's happy.
So you should agree with Peter Obi?
Yes, we should agree with Peter Obi. There's relatively a lot of peace in Kaduna State. Peter, let me turn to you. Something quite very sensitive that maybe sometimes we normally say the federal government are not sensitive to. The Salaries and Wages Commission are planning an increase in salary for the political actors that we think they have deprived a lot of Nigerians of a lot of things, brought economic woes to us. The Salaries and Wages Commission, they want to review their salary. At this point in time, that's so insensitive.
Yeah, this is a country where we reward psychophancy and praise singers. In a sane society, that should be the least thing they should be thinking about. What's the size of our economy? That's what you look at. What is this? What is the our size of our income as a nation? We've not looked at that, and what we want to do is to increase the incomes of our public office holders. And from what Labour have said, they say each member of the National Assembly, I think it goes home with a minimum of 30 million. I don't know where they got that from. A month. Why a professor in university goes on with less than $1 million, about 400 to 500,000? So these are people you should look at. Not these people. They have access to unlimited wealth. So why spend? These are limited resources. This is a country that still lives on borrowing. We are still borrowing to build our infrastructure. We're still borrowing. Okay, we stop borrowing to pay salary. But with this rate of increment, tomorrow they might have to go and borrow to pay these things. This is insensitive. This is insensitive on their part, because as of today, that is the least we should be talking about. We should be talking about how to resolve the problem surrounding our security system. See, most investors are not coming to this country to invest because our present environment is not investment friendly. These are things we should look at. We should look at about tax rebate, how to encourage companies to come in and start production in Nigeria and enjoy some level of tax rebate. See, when this economy booms, everyone set up, we gain from it. But now this is a contracting economy. Why are we looking at this direction? These men have enough. And these same men, they still have the constitutional projects which they give from. So I don't know what made them to look towards that direction. But for every other Nigeria, there is no way to go. And Labour has said it, NLC has said it, that if they decide to take this route, they should wait for what will hit them. Because these public office holders, they are not complaining. They didn't ask for it. So why do you want to play to a gallery?
Labour should go and sit down. They are just making Let me add to this very quickly, please, before we go. Labour should go and sit down. They cannot do anything. Labour cannot do anything. They have become... Look, Labour is even... see, anybody who believes in Labour is just doing that at their own career. You see, let us be honest. For a statue of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1.5 million naira, if you ask me, let us be honest, it's small. But the question is, if you increase it to 3 million, will it stop them to steal and loot?
No, see, they like
no.
They like to is 1.5. It's not the pay. It's not a package.
No, we understand. Whether you increase it to 5 million, will it stop them from looting? You are saying they have a lot of money. The lot of money they have is from where? It's from stealing our money. If money is their problem, then as at today, what they have already stolen is enough for them not to even receive salary. So no matter how much you increase their salaries to, you see that stealing. That is what Labour should be talking. How they would stop our political office holders stealing our money. That should be the fight. Where you appoint a man today as a DG and you are spending more than 50 million to celebrate party for him. As what? You appoint a man today a man wins a position of Senate or House of Reps. Come and see the parties they throw in Abuja. As what? Spending hundreds of millions to throw party. As what? What are they going there to do? To steal our money. So our focus right now, if we say increase their salary to 10 million a month, safe, and they will not steal, that is the only money they will take. Do you know how much these people are ripping us off? You say they have a lot of money. What else do they do? Do they sell pepper and tomatoes?
No, you think I said they have access to a lot of money.
The money, our money. Yes, our money.
All right.
So it's not about increasing their salary. If you increase their salaries, will they stop to steal? If they want us to increase their salary, let's go into an agreement. Show us what you already have, and sign a warrant that every month the only money that will come either to your account or to your children's account or to your wife's account or to your brother's relation's account will be that money. Any other money that comes in, sign a warrant.
All right, we will have to end it here today. It's quite an interesting episode that we have here. Sometimes the passion to which we talk is as a result of our going or happenings in our country. We don't want our country to be continue as it has always been. Thank you, everyone. We'll be right back.